Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey, the show that doesn't stop. We're here with Matt Rial.
Yes, sir.
Rial. So, all right, Matt, I pronounced that right?
Correct, yeah.
So, have you ever just said, let somebody run with Real, like Matt Real?
I mean, if we're like close competition and they say real, then I'll be like, it's real. But I mean, a lot of the times throughout my life, people have been saying my name, and it just realized, I don't even care. I'm just like, whatever.
But like day to day, like all right, so like let's say if it was real,
Right.
you know, you could have that song. You know the song Quiet Storm, obviously. It's the real, the real song, and the hip hop.
I don't know that song. No, I don't know that song. Never heard of that one before.
I really am getting old. All right, so we just oh my God, they told me I was on the young side, but man. All right, so homegrown player, right? How does it feel playing so close to home? Because I went to Nova, and, you know, it's something about when you play where you were raised, it just takes on a different feel.
For sure, it feels incredible, you know, because I remember growing up, I was always, my aspiration was to be a professional soccer player. I was probably 8, 9, you know, thinking about, oh, if I was to be a pro, you know, where would I play? Like, how would the process, you know, form? Because I knew a lot of my friends in other places, they were playing already in youth development teams that can get you to a pro team, but I was just on a local club team. So by the time I turned 10, I think the union came to town, and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. You know, I'm having an opportunity to, you know, get on the academy, because word was around that they were going to have a youth team as well. So as soon as the opportunity presented itself, I was lucky enough to be a part of it. And then from then, I just took the ride, and you know, I continued to develop through the pathway. And I was lucky enough to get a homegrown deal, and it feels amazing because, you know, my family can come out to the games whenever they want. You know,
it's huge.
It's a big deal for me, and you know, it's a great place to play for me. So I'm really happy about it.
You spoke on the process and the ride, which you know people know it means the process. What was the most difficult part of it for you, getting to this stage in your career?
I would say, well, throughout the process, there's a lot of ups and downs, and you have to make sure that at your lowest point, you know, you continue to work as hard as you will at your highest point. Because a lot of kids, you know, that's where they lose their way, you know, or some kids get too high on themselves, you know, because they're doing really well and they're thriving, and when they reach a certain point, they think, oh, I did enough, you know, so they kind of take their foot off the gas a little bit. So for me, it's always, whether you're at your high or your lowest point, you can never stop to you know, work, because the next day they can find a guy who's better than you, and you can be out of the team like that. So that's the most important thing for me, I would say.
And when questioned on what would you do this season, you said you wanted to keep improving. Obviously, I can't say the reporter's name. Exactly, but keep improving. How do you deal with that?
Just keep improving, like in terms of that.
Like how do you approach it?
Keep my head down every day, you know. I had the same approach as I did when I was 10, you know. Always something to prove to someone who's watching. If it's not, you know, for one coach, then it's for another coach who thinks I need to work on something else. You know, if I play with the USL team, then I need to prove myself to get to the first team. If I play with the first team, I need to prove myself to stay in the lineup, you know? So there's always something to do. And then, of course, you know, if you're at the top of your level at the first team, you know, then you fight for more, which is, you know, beyond this. You know, there's other things also. So it's just, there's always little goals that you can set for yourself that can keep you pushing and striving to become a better player.
So thank you, man. Thank you. The show is called Stay Tuned, though, so I got to ask you, what do you want people to stay tuned with?
Their life. Stay tuned with your life.
My man.
That's all.
My man. Thank you. Thank you for being on the show. Love with the rest of the day. And thank you, man. It's been Matt Rial on Stay Tuned.